fetishes within gay male life.
Right, all the different types in the gay community, and so yes, that was part of the joke or the humor in the film was that they're all different kinds of dogs to choose from when you go to the dog pound. But when you go to the boyfriend pound, you can choose from any different kind that you like, and that's one of the things I love about San Francisco is that there's so many different kinds of people in the community, and that they all make a very colorful tapestry of people. So I thought that it would be fun to play with in the film. It was like every different subgroup represented in the film.
Also, you have obedience training, which of course is good for boyfriends as well as dogs.
Right. Yes, you need to get them disciplined.
So how'd you find your cast? I mean, it's a wonderful cast. It takes in a lot of different body types, ethnicities, fetishes, etc.
Right. It's a very diverse cast. I think it's representative of the diversity that exists in San Francisco. A lot of them were friends or friends of friends. We also put up a casting call online and had some people come through that. So we had several different avenues that people came to the film. And, we had auditions, which were very fun, and assembled our cast that way. But it's a big cast, so we were really lucky to have all these people show up and really bring their. And I think San Francisco is it's full of talent. It's full of talented people and creative types, and I think it felt so good to be able to harness that creative energy and put it into a film. I think everybody did a really wonderful job.
It reminds me, too, that a lot of actors that go to acting school do exercises. Think of yourself as a tree or a bullfrog or something like that. In some ways, some of the parts they're acting out here are very much like acting school exercises, where you become something other than a person, basically. Talk a little bit about that, because I mean that's what you're really putting them through, those kind of paces. The way actors are trained to come up with emotions, trained to put themselves into plays and things.
Right, but I think that that on a deeper level, I think we all have an animal side. And I think that's what I ask people to bring out to the film. It's like, go and if you were yes, of course, if you were a dog, what kind of dog would you be and how would you behave? But I think we all have those instincts that we suppress because we have to behave in a civilized manner or normal. But if we had dogs are very uninhibited. They'll run up to you, they'll sniff you. They don't care if they know you.
They're sexual with you, basically.
Well,
dogs in some ways
sexual, but just very friendly and uninhibited. The barriers are much lower, and so if people were like dogs, then there wouldn't be as big of a barrier to go up and run and sniff somebody's crotch. That's just how you say hello, and it's like how do you do? So that's what I wanted to bring out in this film is kind of the animal side, the instinctual, going to a more instinctual level.
My mom was in it. I don't know.
What kind of auditions did you have? How did you audition people?
We read people for certain scenes. We had them improvise as dogs. Like, okay, go, you're a dog. Go and sniff this guy's crotch and say hello as a dog. So we put them through, see what kind of. We basically made them say you're a dog and what would you do as a dog? So.
You're in the film yourself, which is a leap, because it's an extra job, basically. It's difficult to direct yourself.
Yes.
about how you came up with your character.
Well, I mean, of course, the film comes from it's a very personal film, and it's a story that I experienced, but I think it's something that a lot of people experience. And so I felt, I felt this is something I wanted to express, and so I felt, and of course I'm an actor, I love to act, and so of course, if I'm going to make a film, I want to act in it as well, because it's the part I like, but it's very challenging to do both jobs. I learned, because it's very hard to be conscious of the camera as well as conscious of my performance. So this is a big balance I have to learn how to do.
Where did you get to shoot it? Where are the locations?
Oh my God, we were so lucky because we got the WAG Hotel agreed. We were looking for a place what place can we go that will actually bring this out? And we were thinking, how are we going to make a set that would be like the People Pound? But I went on a tour of WAG Hotel, and then I talked to the manager, and they were just so welcoming and so excited for the idea that they said they gave us the opportunity to shoot in their hotel, the Dog Hotel, which was absolutely perfect. You know, it couldn't have been done any other place. So they were very, very accommodating, and we're very lucky because it made the film come alive.
You went to Wesleyan for film studies?
Yes, that's what I studied.
Talk a little about your early work.
My earlier work?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is my third short film, and let's see. So they've all premiered at Frameline. So this is a third short to premiere at Frameline, and my first was a short documentary. My second was a short film called The Window, which was a short about 3 men learning to become exhibitionists in front of a window, which you should look at if you get a chance. And it did really well. It's premiered at Frameline and then went all around the world, you know, to 50 different film festivals. So it was very successful, and but this is a big leap, you know. This is really the biggest project I've ever worked on, and you know, to assemble like 30 people in the cast and another 10 on the crew, it's just a big project, and I was very fortunate that it all came together. It's like,
talk about your meeting your producer. Did he just disappear?
Yes, the producers are here.
Yes.
And Cynthia, why don't you come?
Yeah.
So stick around for a second.
Talk about that, putting it all together.
What's that?
Just talk about meeting your producer, and you know, it takes money and ingenuity to make these things. Talk about how the deal comes together.
Well, you know, it was very off the cuff.
Introduce yourself first.
Oh, my name is Gwynne Villegas, one of the co-producers of The Rescue, and it was very off the cuff when this came to fruition. I knew that my good friend Philippe had a script in the works, and I read it, loved it, and I really believed in him, and I thought that it would make a really great tongue-in-cheek short film. So I green-lighted it, and it was really funny because over drinks we were discussing his past works, because he's had past works in film festivals that did really well, and I just asked him, you know, what kind of a budget?
Yeah.
Because I've never done a film before. I've never produced a film before, so I asked him. I said, "What kind of a budget?" It's taking us a couple of grand, and I said,
No, but it really
Okay, well,
it
what would be
made
your dream budget?
the connection.
And you know,
It made
he
the
said,
connection
"Oh,
where
double that, 4K," which I was like, wow.
yeah, where the first one
Like,
maybe had some
I
kind
can
of
finance
connection,
that.
but
I'd
not
love to
that
finance
connection.
that
So the
because I really
connection worked.
believed in the script and
Connection worked.
his vision. So I green-lighted the project, and I said, "Let's do it." And when he said, "We're kind of under a time stipulation because we have to film this by the end of February because we want to make sure that we meet all the
Get in the frame line.
Exactly. We want to meet all the submission deadlines." So along with my partner Donald, I said, "Well, do you think we can make this happen?" And we did, actually. So it was very fast and furious. And I'm sure Philippe had already discussed the whole audition process, and luckily we were able to pool our resources. 3 of us were able to pool our resources together and make it happen.
But
So
the producer deals with all the logistical things, the cast, crew, money, locations. You're where the buck stops, where the buck comes from, and where the buck stops about everything.
Sure.
It deals with the physical
Can I
film.
say something to that effect?
Oh yeah?
You're not gonna like it.
All right.
We helped. Philippe did a lot of that stuff. Philippe did a lot of that, putting things together. We helped, but he did a lot of putting the pieces together. So he really, I mean, he really helped a
I know,
lot.
making 4 short films myself, the biggest thing you have to do it with a partner. You know, it's very difficult to do it entirely by yourself because there's just too many things, and the discipline, it gets away from you in some ways if you don't have somebody to check in with every day and say, is this working? Are we on track? And all that. You basically you keep each other in gear, basically. In some ways.
yeah.
It's very difficult to do something entirely by yourself. You know, that's it can be done, but it's hard to do it that way. So that's when did you know it was really coming together? What was your feeling?
I think after we wrapped,
The whole shoot actually. Whatever Philippe put together, the whole shoot had a heart to it. That I've worked on a lot of film shoots and things, and this film shoot had a heart to it from the beginning. Pieces fell together at the last minute that we were sort of frantically worried about, and they came together, and there was a heart from everybody involved and a patience that you don't always see on a film shoot. Like, all the actors that were working on the shoot were just sort of happy to be there. They were patient, they weren't irritable or demanding, and there was that added to, like, sort of the heart of the whole couple of days that we shot. So and it was all what Philippe sort of put together to happen. You know, it's like you put all these people together and hope that magic happens. And I think that.
And I think the magic
I think
did
the
happen,
magic happened.
definitely. And it's, especially after 2 long days of shooting, we were all exhausted. I know Cynthia, our lead actress, was just spent, you know, since she's commuting from Sacramento. But after we finally took that final shot, we're like, okay, I think we have it. And Justin, our director of photography, cinematographer, he was like, "You have good stuff."
What to expect.
And your music, right? You got a nice score.
We were able to find a local
or something.
local writer to do the background music, which is great. So we're really
Oh, you
excited
waiting
about
for me
that.
to talk? Right. I was waiting for a
And,
singer or
you know,
something.
we
I
haven't
wanted something
finalized
to
the
shock
actual
me
music
and go,
score,
"Oh my gosh." But it never
but I
happened.
think we're
felt
pretty much
comfortable
close to
watching it.
make it happen come screening time at
I
Castro on
really
June
was
23rd.
engaged in watching it.
Well, thank you.
And so,
Thanks. Give me your full name. Pronounce your full name for me.
It's Philippe Gosselin.
Gosselin. Thanks so much. And what was your first documentary? You said
It was the first film was called Chalk.
Chalk?
Yep.
Which is about what?
It was about political sidewalk shopping.
Oh, okay. And you're looking
Hi,
at
Veronica.
Oh God, I would love to. I think I feel after this film that I can pretty much take on anything. This film was like almost like a feature film's worth of production of pulling people together.
I made a 25-minute short, and,
It's
and
yeah,
looking
it's a
back on
long-
it now, I probably
right.
should have made a feature out of the same material because this is much time and wear.
Right.
Basically.
So-
You think it's shorter, but it isn't when it comes down to it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would love to.